April, you might remember LeBron made headlines when he chose Steph Curry as the player he'd want to play with. In a clip released from the newest episode of The Shop that comes out exclusively on their YouTube channel Friday, LeBron spoke again about Golden State. Take a listen.
Of the teams love playing, which one would you want to play for?
It'd be Golden State. I would love getting into a pissing match with Draymond. I love when somebody cuss me out.
Shannon, interesting stuff here. What do you read into this?
I think it's still, I understand what LeBron said and the snippet, but I think it's more about Steph Curry. Because in the past two All-Star Games draft, he's drafted Steph. Steph, in 2022, skipping the All-Star game, had 50 points on 16 made threes. And LeBron saw just how easy it was when Steph is perpetual motion, how he can just skip the ball because he's 6'9" and get Steph the easiest looks. Now imagine you got Steph and Klay with the amount of looks that you could get those guys. And in 2021, Steph had 28 points on 8 made threes. It makes it, you look at LeBron, his greatest success, Cleveland. He had Shannon, he had JR, he had Kyle Korver, he had Shumpert, he had Kevin Love, he had guys that can make the three. You go back and look at Miami. You look at what he had. He had Ray Allen, he had Mike Miller, he had Rio. He had guys that can take and make three-point shots. Shane Battier. Ooh. So now it spaces the court. Now LeBron James can get downhill without them building a wall to try to keep him out the lane. Skip, I don't know if LeBron James has ever had a player that would come at him practice and games like Draymond. He says that's what he's want, but if you've never had that, you can't possibly expect that to be in year 19, year 20, says, you know, yeah, I'm cool with that. And this is what I know about players. The greater the player is, the critiques better be more and more fluff because they brush back against that, Skip, because they've been great for so long. That's why you have to have, when B.A. was offering harsh critiques of Tom Brady, he wasn't accepting of that. I know what he said publicly. We know what he said publicly, but we know what the thinking was behind the scenes.
Did I not first guess that?
Yeah.
I told you that is out of bounds, out of line, and TB12 will not play that.
He accepted it from Coach Belichick for 20 years.
He did.
He didn't like it.
Yep.
And so for another player, I don't know.
But he also holds Belichick up on a pedestal that BA is not on. I'm sorry.
So, Skip, I don't know if LeBron, like I said, I believe, because, Skip, when they asked him earlier, he said he would play with Steph. He could have mentioned Draymond then. 2 months ago, he didn't mention Draymond. He mentioned Steph. So I still believe it's Steph, although I understand the relationship that he has with Draymond. They seem to be very good friends now. They're in business together now. So I get that. But, Skip, this is about Steph. And can you imagine? LeBron might average 16, 17 assists. I don't know what the NBA record is for most assists in a season. But if he played with Steph and Klay, LeBron James would have it.
Especially at this stage, in this age, when he could just sort of say, that's what I'm going to be.
Right.
Well, 2 years ago, he led the league
with 10.2,
Yep.
and he ain't got nearly the shooters that Steph and Klay are.
Okay, I'll buy that. I'll get to the guts of this in just a moment. But the step back is, why does he keep bringing this up? If you're Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka and now Darvin Ham, do you love it that he keeps suggesting, how about me and Golden State? I know he tried to undercut it with a joke about Draymond to try to take some of the sting out of it.
Right.
Ha-ha, make it more jokey than factual. But why do you keep bringing it up? And if you're Jeannie Buss, how much do you despise that he keeps bringing up Golden State?
Well, I mean, Skip, I mean, they did ask the question, but he is the executive producer, so you know the question.
He controls the narrative.
you control the type of questions that you're gonna get asked.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So if I'm Jeannie Buss, I'm not pleased with this because he just keeps on keeping on, and now you got a new coach, and this airs Friday night, right?
Yeah.
So it's 2 nights. So we just saw the preview snippet of it.
Yes.
But right on top of Darvin Ham's pretty sensational opening salvo press conference. I was impressed. I liked it. He was doing, I'm the new sheriff in town.
Right.
And Rob Pelinka was talking about, this is a great day for Laker basketball. Your best player is talking about Golden State. He's dropping more hints about Golden State.
Skip, is tough. Having played 14 years, I was very, very conscious. And I didn't look, obviously I didn't play with all 11 players on the guys that I played with on offense and all on defense. Yeah, they were better players. But I was very mindful. I was winning with those guys. I was winning with Rod. I was winning with Ed. I was winning with Terrell Davis.
Be careful what you say.
I mean, I'm about to say, oh, man, I sure wish I could play with Dan Marino, or I wish I could play with Montana. Nah, I'm good.
Okay. So what does AD think about this? He can't love it. And what does Russ, as bad as he was last year, what does he think about it? Apparently they're going forward with Russ. He can't love this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now to the guts of it. I understand the premise because LeBron looked at what Kevin Durant did back in, what would that
17, 18, 19.
So it's 20, it's that summer going in. It's that July the 4th when you said he needed them. I think they needed him. But we could go back and forth about that all day. But the reason he chose them was, I believe he wanted to go up against LeBron in the finals because he knew it was collision course because those teams were destined to meet again and again, and they did. But a big reason that Kevin chose the juggernaut that was the Warriors, and they weren't such a juggernaut because they just collapsed in the face of a 3-1 lead to LeBron and Kyrie and Kevin Love. But the reason he was attracted to Golden State was they do play Spurs-esque beautiful basketball. The ball moves, and they move, and they do it the right way. They have the two greatest combo shooters we've ever seen. But there's no gunnery involved where one guy's just going to be gunning up shots where well, now it's to the point where there's not a bad shot. So it's kind of hard to even define what gunnery is. But the point is, LeBron envies what Kevin did because Kevin got to join that flow, and he fit right in because he's very efficient and he's not a ball hog. He's not a gunner. So Kevin Durant was able to do exactly what he does best within the confines of an offense that clearly featured him just enough that he would be the MVP of back-to-back finals. So LeBron sort of looks at, gee, I wish I could do what Kevin did. Except Kevin did it to LeBron in back-to-back finals, right? So I think there's still some envy there. God, I wish I could do that. Unfortunately, you are a Laker. You're being paid a ton of money by the Lakers for at least one more year. And there's no reason to be dangling that out there because he loves to dangle and tweak and tease about, well, where could I go next?
Well, the Warriors are the perfect team for LeBron. Because he can get downhill, and they got shooters. Jordan Poole can shoot the ball. Steph, obviously, Clay, they can shoot the ball. So this would be an ideal situation for LeBron. I don't see it ever happening. And the Draymond situation, I don't know if LeBron has ever had a teammate quite like Draymond that would challenge him, that would say a lot of things that LeBron need to hear but never been told before and doesn't want to hear.
Okay, maybe, but he's talking about getting in a pissing match with him. So he's talking about the Draymond.
Yeah, KD thought that's what he talked to. I want to play with Draymond.
Boom.
And until he didn't want to play with Draymond.
It worked for a while, then it didn't work, and then somehow they bonded. I don't know what happened. I'm still not sure that bond remains.
Yeah, I mean, it might be tearing at the fabric, at the seams now, Skip.
And I do remind you that the reason Draymond got suspended was he yelled the B word at LeBron in that game, what was it, 4? Game 4 of the 2016 finals. 2016. Game 4 suspended for Game 5. So then the shock to me is in that offseason, Draymond and LeBron become business partners. What? So do you guys just forgive and forget? That's new school.
Yeah, let's get back. Look here. Look, I don't got no problem with the man eating off my plate.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're going to make money.
I know Shannon Sharp, and the B word would be the end of that.
Bridge
burned, game over.
Skip, LeBron different, Skip. But you got to understand,
LeBron
Skip.
Is different.
We old school. I'm about to be 54 in a couple of days. LeBron's 37. The way I grew up and the way he grew up, and Skip, the things that guys do now, they let that thing go. Nah, that was absolutely a no-no.
Okay, but Steph had the correct answer when he was asked about this. Is going back what was a month or two ago, and his answer was, "I'm good." Well, that's what you should say because you don't want to say, "Well, we need him," because then it reflects on your teammates.
Exactly. That's why you just keep, he's a great player. It would be, but we pretty good. I like what we got over here. I like the way we do things over here.
Yep. Okay, way to go, LeBron. You did it again.
There you go.
Never any shortage of drama with the king,
No.
good gentleman. All right, well, the latest Colin Kaepernick endorsement, is it going to get him one step closer to getting him signed with an NFL team? We'll give you the latest on that situation coming up next on Undisputed.